Hi, everyone. It's Friday. Woo! We're going to do some front lunges. So if you're at home and you want to use a chair or a table for this, you can. Well, you can always use a chair or table if you're at home, but just a heads up that we might be doing front lunges. If you're in the room and front lunges catch you off balance, you can always move to the wall or a pillar, okay? So know you can move around as you need to. You always want to feel safe. You always want to feel supported and have balance, okay? So we're going to start on our backs like we usually do. If, of course, again, there's always an of course, you can find a nice easy sit. But lying on your back just gives the spine and gives your pelvis a little support, gives your upper back, shoulder, and head a little extra support. It's giving our bodies a few moments here to settle and find the ground. Bringing awareness to those parts of your body that are touching the floor. Or if you're in a chair, those parts of your body touching the chair, the mat, the floor, all somehow connect into the earth. And just like an old tree with really deep, wide roots, giving your body a moment to connect down into the earth, creating some physical grounding. From physical grounding, building energetic grounding. As we slow down, finding a little more space between the breath. Nice, authentic breathing. See if you can practice following just 2 breaths all the way through. Inhale, exhale. Come back and notice what you notice. And then 3 breaths. Try and follow 3 inhale, exhales through your body. And then a gentle reminder of how we define core in this class. We define core from your shoulder area all the way down. And today I'm going to go all the way down to your knees. So we're going to include your front and back legs with your pelvis into all of the back muscles, abdominal muscles, upper back and chest muscles, shoulder muscles, okay? It's a big area. So just 3 to 5 breaths here. We're all breathing at a different rate and rhythm. When we exhale, coming to that transverse abdominis lower corset cummerbund area. So if you had a corset on, a cummerbund, it goes all the way around front, side, back. So when we exhale, feeling that deeper hug-like feel, and then keeping some tone in that corset cummerbund transverse abdominis area when you inhale. Okay, then just let that whole area relax. Let it relax, 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 relax. And now for 3 breaths, bring tone back to that area. See if you can start to feel subtle differences in your own way of understanding when it's tone and when it's relaxed. Now it's a deep, subtle feeling. One more breath. Now when you exhale, take your belly button navel towards the floor a little bit. It's like if you could draw, right, a straight line from your belly button down into the floor. This is more muscular than skeletal. So you don't have to change or push your low back or tuck your pelvis. It's more muscular. Keeping that feeling of your navel going down into the floor, we're going to take your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Arms just down by your side for a moment. Okay, if you're in a chair, legs out in front of you. Okay, so externally rotate your legs so your knees and toes go out. Keep that belly button feeling like it's drawing back towards the floor or towards the back of your spine. Inhale, take your legs out wide like a V. And then exhale, pull them in and touch. Just barely touch and go out with your inhale. Pull them in with an exhale. 3 more. Okay, notice how just your legs are moving. You're nice and strong, trying to stabilize your low back and your pelvis. This time, when your legs go out wide, you're going to pause. And you're going to make like kind of circles. You're going to go down with your legs, around, touch your heels and sweep them back up to the ceiling. Out, down, around, and sweep them up. Okay. Keep that low back as steady and strong feeling as you can. So not a whole lot of arch in that low back. Trying to keep that low back pressing down as you move the legs around in the pelvis. The back of your hips are really heavy. Try not to hold your breath. Keep breathing one more time. Then you're going to reverse your circle. Your legs will come up. Double legs go down a little bit. You take it out, around, and sweep it back up. Down, out, around. Okay, not necessarily how big your circle is. How's this feeling in your low back? One more big circle. Bring your legs all the way up. Maybe you bend your knees, give your knees a hug. Maybe you rock a little bit. Maybe just put your feet on the floor. We're going to take 10 seconds to just hang out, breathe, take a little intermission. All right, then we're going to exhale and roll all the way on up to standing. So you could roll over, you could roll up, however it works for you. All right, you can look at me or you can look out at the lake, whatever works. So you might flip your mat all the way around or just keep your mat as it is. Just going to warm up in your hips. So bringing the weight a little bit forward, you're just going to hinge at your hips and stand up. Shoulders down, chest open. Trying not to round too much in your chest, shoulder area. Might feel a little stretch in your low back and hamstrings. All right, let's try something as I look around the room. Let's try, put almost all of your weight in your heels. See how that feels? Now keep all that weight and push your butt back and fold over and keep lots and lots and lots of weight in your heels. See how that feels? Everyone feel that? All right, now come on up. We're doing a little experiment just to gather some information. Now shift your weight into the balls of your feet. Heels are barely touching the floor. Same thing, push your butt back, hip creases push back and fold over again. Ooh, feel that? Ooh, which one do you feel works your lower belly abdominal core more? Yeah, you're right, balls of the feet. So if you put all the weight back here, your hips are going way back away from your heels. You can see like my hips are, farther back than my heel. We're trying to keep this hip point a little more over your ankle heel. Ooh, bend your knees if you need to. And that's going to cause you to need to use. Woo, that's a group of words. Your low corset more. Okay, so let's try one more. Just bring the weight forward in the balls of the feet. If you really want to test it out, lift your heels and try and fold forward. Right? From your deep core strength, go over, upper back works, core works, and come all the way on up. Great. And then just hang out. Give yourself 3 or 4 breaths again. That was oddly fatiguing for me. All right, we're going to take your arms out and up, big mountain stretch. Arms come down and in. Great. 4 more. If you don't hear me talk for a moment, that's because I got distracted by the loon outside. Yeah, it's loon season. Yeah, so if you're at home and you want to come in, you can do yoga and look out the window and look at the loons. Right. All right, one more time. Now you're going to take your arms out and up. Let's try to have equal weight in your heels and the balls of your feet and fold all the way over, super long. Come all the way on up, super long and strong, okay? You never have to stay with the group. Lift straight up. Fold forward. Shoulders soft out of your ears. One more time, lift up like you could touch the ceiling. Great, and now you're gonna fold over. Here comes the lunges. You're gonna step your left leg all the way back. Let's just go right away to projected lunge. So left leg steps back, right knees bent, elbows come to your thigh bone. Shoulders soften out of your ears. See if you can soften your shoulders and then come back to that corset cummerbund feel you created on your back when we started. 3 breaths. Exhale, fingertips to the floor or palms. You're going to step that right foot back and build your downward facing dog. Take as much time as you need. Build your foundation. You might bend your knees. You might push your butt back a little bit further. Head hangs. Couple of breaths. Now, keeping your butt pushing back, see if you can lift up your head and look at your thumbs. You have to get your feet up to your hands or your hands back to your feet. Right? For every person on the planet, there's a way to do this. So you do it your way. You come all the way back up, do that big mountain stretch up and fold forward. Come all the way back up, big mountain stretch. All the way over. You're going to step your right foot back. Bring your elbows to your thigh bone. Right? Maybe your hands to your leg, okay? Come back, soft face, soft chest, but strong upper back. Strong corset cummerbund, 2 or 3 breaths. Fingertips, palms to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. You might bend your knees, take your hip creases way back. Look up at your thumbs. Hands and feet walk together, however you do that. All the way back up, big high five. Fold over. All the way back up, high five. One more time. Now remember, you don't have to touch the floor. You might need to bend your knees a lot. Adjust and adapt as you need to. Then our arms are going to come down. We're going to take another 5-second break. So coming back into your body to feel, notice, adjust, check in. What do you need? How are you doing? Exhale, big high five. Fold on over, reach, reach, reach with strength. Left foot steps back. Hands to your thigh bone or elbows to your thigh bone. Shoulders down out of your back or shoulders down out of your ears, strong on your back. Great, a little more challenging, bringing your hands up to your chest, thumbs at your sternum. Check in with your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Fingertips to the floor, downward facing dog. You can always skip down dog, remember, and do tabletop or child's pose and rest. Look up at your thumbs. Figure out how to get your hands and feet together enough that you can come up and do a big mountain stretch. Reach up, fold forward. Reach up. One more time, fold forward. Reach up. Fold forward, right leg steps back. Hands or elbows back to your thigh bone. Line yourself up. Little more challenging, hands come up to your chest. Check in again. What's going on in your face, your throat, your chest? Check in. Can you feel a little more strength through your upper back, through your corset, cummerbund muscles? Exhale, fold forward. Whoa, that's a hard one. Back to downward facing dog. Look up at your thumbs. Walk your feet and hands together. All the way on up, big high five. Arms come down. Standing meditation. Give yourself about 10 seconds here. All right, so if you're standing, imagine you're doing plank. So if you could do a standing plank pose, right? Bring your arms up, Okay, you push forward. Nice and wide across your shoulder blades. Nice and strong under your shoulder blades. Okay, back shoulders through your back ribs into your back hips are nice and strong. Just imagine you're doing plank for a couple more breaths. See if you can keep your plank feel and just let your arms come down. Lift your left heel and step your left leg back. So just give yourself a moment to build a high lunge. Back heel's lifted. Arms are going to come out again. Just recreate your plank. You come back and feel a connection through that breathing we did earlier around your corset cummerbund. Now, your choice. You could take your arms down by your side or take your arms up. Upper back connects to corset cummerbund area down into your hamstrings and your glutes, your front and back legs. Reach straight up. 3 breaths. Bring your hands either then with an exhale to your chest or to your hips, and you're going to tip over. Back to your projected lunge. Can you feel muscularly like you're in a plank? How those shoulder blades are really connected on your back. Your corset cummerbund was on. One more time, high lunge. When you're ready, step your feet together. 10-second break. Let things, you define what things are, settle and rest. Back to your experience. Take care of yourself. Okay, muscle memory a little quicker this time. Plank. Shoulder blades. Shoulders down out of your ears. Strong upper back. Connect to your corset cummerbund into your legs. Arms come down. Right leg steps back. Build that high lunge. Front hip points lift up. Arms can come forward. Either hands on your hip bones or maybe taking your arms up. Pull your thumbs down in front of your chest, tip to your projected lunge. Muscularly, using muscle memory, plank, right? So from your ears to your hips, you could still be in plank here. Back to your high lunge. And then stepping both feet together, 10-second break. Exhale, stretch your arms out and up. Pull your hip creases back, long spine, fold forward, go out over your toes, step back, downward facing dog. And then find tabletop. So if you need to roll your mat up or grab a blanket, put something under your knees, you sure can. So our spines don't only stay in neutral. Our spines need to find flexion and extension. So cat-cow, we're going to round the back into cat. And then go through the spine to neutral to extension, that cow. Nice. At your own pace with control. So you pick the pace, but just check that you're moving through each vertebrae through your spine with strength and control. Giving yourself time to notice and feel the changes in your back. One more time. And back to your tabletop. So tabletop, if you want a different challenge, pick a leg, take it straight back. Okay. Shoulder blades on your back, nice and strong. Little different challenge. One leg could be back. Float your right knee or your left knee, whatever knee's down, float it up off of the floor. Upper back. You feel that upper back strength? Push your sternum heart up to the ceiling and step that leg back, straight arm plank. Let your left knee come down and just float it off the floor. Floating left knee or floating opposite knee. This is hard. Oh, it's good if you make sound effects. Bring both knees down. Woo, rest. I mean, if it wasn't enough for you, you just keep going and doing that while we rest. Right? It's important you do you. You find enough challenge. So when you need a rest, come down, either child's pose or roll on your back. We're going to take a 10-15 second breather because it's Friday. But you can keep working. You can go do cat-cow, stretch things out, do your thing, intermission. All right, tabletop to down dog. Let's just give those low backs a little length. So stretch out that low back. Let your head hang. And step hands and feet together. All the way on up. Nice, big, tall, high five stretch. All right, left leg's going to come back. So a little bit of that muscle memory of plank. You're going to tip to your projected lunge. Maybe bring your hands either in front of your chest or let them rest on your leg. 3 breaths. Fingertips to the floor. Now pause. Here comes your challenge. Find cat in your spine. So take your spine and round your back. Very slowly pull your right thigh bone back a little bit. Might straighten a little bit. Now look for cow. Can you make your spine into cow and let your knee bend? And look forward and up. Round your back like cat. Slowly straighten your right leg a little bit. Pause. Don't overdo it. So if you notice your right butt cheek on fire, that's a good time to really listen to your hamstrings, okay? So if you're feeling that up in your right butt cheek, you pause and go really slow. One more time. Big cat with a little straighter front leg. Bend that right knee. Woohoo! Back to your projected lunge. That takes core strength. To your high lunge, you might straighten that right leg this time. Woo! Step both feet together. Oh, Jesus Louise. What's she doing to us today? Okay, everyone at home in your office doing okay? Woo! Let's rest for a second. Shake it out. Find a loon out there. That's a nice meditation. All right leg's going to step back. Plank spine, strong hips, strong foundation. You do you. Tip forward. Pause when you need to pause. Okay, hands at your hips, maybe hands on your legs, hands at your chest. Take a couple breaths. Then you're going to fold over, fingertips to the floor. If you're at home, this is a really good place to stack some blocks. Right? Okay, you're here with your hands on the floor. You're going to do a big cat in your spine and just maybe straighten your left leg like an inch. And bend your left knee and find your cow. Cat. Straighten your leg just a little bit. Really pay attention to that left hip hamstring attachment. So left sit bone, if it starts to really burn, take a break. This is why we go at a little slower pace so we can really continually check in. One more time. You're going to find your projected lunge. Whew, that is a big, strong stretch. Whew. And bring your arms up if you want more challenge. Straighten that front left leg. Bend your left knee. Step both legs together. Whew, hang out. Just give yourself about 5 to 8 breaths. Come back in, notice what you notice. Here we go. Exhale, sweep your arms out and up this time. Reach, lift your front hip points up, up, up. Exhale, fold forward. Okay. Notice where the weight is. Did you put it back in your heels? I say it because I just did that. Slowly bring the weight so it's a little more even. Balls of the feet and heels. Now, just lift your chest up like you would in down dog. You know, in down dog, when we say lift, look at your thumbs. You might bend your knees a lot, especially if those sit bones, butt cheeks are on fire. Bend your knees. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Back down to tabletop, just for 3 cat-cows. Okay, so just come down, work through your spine again. All right, we're going to play a little resistance game, okay? So your spine has to move for this one. Has to. Okay? But we're going to try and find resistance to that movement. So you're going to find your good old-fashioned table. You're going to go into cat. And you're going to slowly push your butt back towards your heels. We'll do the first one really slow together. Okay? So push your hands into the floor and you want to pull yourself forward. So you're going to push down and keep cat as long as you can. You're pushing into the floor and you're trying to keep cat as long as you can. And then you're going to notice like, oh, cat only stays so long. You have to find extension as you come to this up dog feel. You come more to your cow. Then you're going to push in and push yourself back. And you're going to try and keep your cow as long as you can. But at some point, it's like, oh, no, you have to do a cat. Okay. So we're going to go back and forth. Clear as mud. All right. Shoulders down out of your ears. So keep your neck nice and long. And you're resisting that movement through your spine, really, almost like a really slow slinky. How slow and strong can your slinky be? Okay, where's all the different places you can feel your spine move? Just going to do one more. And then you can press up and back. When you get to tabletop, take your knees pretty wide and just push your hip creases back. Okay, now when you push your hip creases back, look out at your thumbs. So you get a little extension between your shoulder blades. So you're looking out over your thumbs, looking up. 3 breaths. Okay, now just roll your arms out so your thumbs lift up. You're on your pinkies. Give your front shoulders just a little stretch. And exhale when you're ready, back to tabletop. And then find a nice, easy, comfortable seated shape. However that shape comes, crisscross applesauce, knees out in front of you, sitting on a block. Soft shoulders out of your ears. Check in with your throat and your jaw and your face. Find your belly button. Try to keep your belly button forward and twist to the right. And give yourself a moment to go all the way around to the left. And then just going rogue. We'll go back and forth a few times, just feeling it out. Just feeling those ribs move independently from your pelvis. Try to keep your pelvis really steady. Rib cage, right side, left side. Great. One more to each side. And we'll coast back to the center. All right, just bring your hands down to your thigh bones or the floor. Push down, just let your chest naturally lift up, spine long. 3 breaths here, shoulders down out of your ears. Great. With your next exhale, we're going to figure out how to come all the way on up to stand. Just when you thought it was over. Ha. Here we go. Let's start at the back of your mat. Five sun salutations. Dang it. Here we go. Exhale. Stretch it up. Fold over. All right. Walk your hands 1, 2, 3, 4 out in front of you. You can pause right here and hang out in down dog. You can come to tabletop. You can do cat cow. You can come to straight arm plank. You're coming to straight arm plank or tabletop. From plank, just drop your knees lightly, pull your chest forward and up. We've been here, upward facing dog, shoulders down out of your ears. So push your shoulders down towards the floor, lift just your chin. Tuck your toes up and back, downward facing dog. Just doing 3 breaths. Adjust, adapt, go at your own pace. Exhale, hands walk back to the feet. Exhale, come all the way on up, big high five. Inhale, fold forward. Exhale, hands slide out, walk out, downward facing dog. Tabletop, cat cow, straight arm plank. Upward facing dog. Shoulders down out of your ears. Good. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. It's not very long. Hands walk back to your feet. Exhale all the way on up. Inhale right away, fold forward. Walk out. Plank, down dog, child's pose, cat cow. One of those. Up dog. Now in this up dog, you might push the top of your feet, shoelaces down, and lift your knees. Super strong hamstrings. Remember, they're part of your core today. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Hands walk back to your feet. All the way up, big high five. Right away, fold forward. You can stay here or walk out, down dog, plank, tabletop, child's pose. You get the hang of it, right? You have choices. You have agency, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Hands walk back to your feet. All the way on up, high five. I think that's 5, but one more, just because, or stand, meditate, right? You do you. Hands walk out. Plank, child's pose, down dog, cat cow, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So everybody find a place that you find grounding. What shape can you put your body in to find grounding? Any shape. Maybe you're like, I am so done. I'm just lying on my back. I'm having a seat. I'm going to down dog. I'm doing a cat cow. You're going to take 5 breaths in that shape you picked to re-anchor your physical body, to re-anchor your energy body, to come back and find space in your breath. You pick a shape. And then with your next exhale, we all are going to come down. Find our way onto our backs. Take both legs up to the ceiling. Externally rotate your legs so toes are out, knees are out, go wide, down, around, and up. Out, down, around, and up. Okay, just 2. And then heels go down, out, around, and up. One more time. Okay. Now when your feet come up, take your knees wide and pull them up towards your armpits. Try and let your tailbone roll out. Heavy back hips. Let everything that can rest, rest. Stretching out through your pelvis. 3 long exhales. With your next exhale, feet come down to the floor. One time only, push into your low belly and roll up to bridge pose and give yourself a 3, 4, 5 breath bridge. Always know you have agency. You can skip anything you need to skip. And then roll down out of bridge and take your feet up to the ceiling. Oh, we always take the last couple minutes for self-care. So we kind of ramp things up a little bit here towards the end of class. You might want to find some seated meditation. You might want to find Shavasana, slowing your mind and body down. You might find your most favorite stretch in the whole wide world. So taking a few minutes here to take care of ourselves. Just coming back to your body, noticing what parts of your body connect to the earth. Using the earth for stability. See if you can practice following 2 full breaths. And take a full commitment, longer exhale. Maybe draw your knees into your chest or give yourself another full body stretch. And we'll just slowly roll over to the easiest side and come up to sitting. Reach your arms out and up. Give everyone a big high five. Thanks everyone for showing up. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. See you.